Hello everyone. Oh my gosh, how cute is this card? Okay, so I must admit I cased this card and changed it up just a little bit. I found the idea from Just Give Me Stamps by Laurie Schmidlin or Schmidlin. I might be butchering your name and I'm very sorry if I am. And I found the templates or the template for this particular flip-flop online as well, and I will post the PDF link for that as well. And when so the PDF has got a bigger, it's pretty big, it's a fairly large flip-flop, I think probably kind of average size, but I'm not sure. And I decreased it to 30% to print it out and make it this size. I put it on like a little, I just cut it out of the copy paper and put it on the back of a little piece of cardboard. And I just took this and I put repositionable adhesive on the back of it, and I used some of my 2013-2015 DSP stacks. I used some Coastal Cabana in the polka dot. I used some pistachio pudding in this fancy fan kind of shape. And I used some strawberry slush in this sort of chevron pattern. And so I would just put it on like this. I'd adhere it to the piece and then just fussy cut around it. And that's how I got my flip-flops. And then I'm actually going to show you, I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing. Now I did, like I said, I changed it up just a little bit. She did these cute, and if you go and check out her blog, you'll see it. So she did these cute little spiral kind of things at the bottom and the top of these pieces, and I just don't really have a spiral thing. I probably could make one. I do have wire that I could have probably used, but I chose to leave that off. Okay, so you're going to use a piece of soft suede, and this is cut at an odd length. It's 3 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2, and you'll see that I paper pierced the bottom of the front side of the card all the way along the length, and not on the back. And I actually started to adhere all this stuff. I didn't fully adhere it. I went ahead and just repositionable adhered it, or temporarily adhered it. So this is pistachio pudding, and this is cut at, all three of these are cut at 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. This is strawberry slush, and this is Coastal Cabana. And again, I paper pierced the top edges of these three pieces. And I also took a piece of Whisper White and I scallop border punched it. And this is 5 1/2 inches long. It doesn't really matter how wide it is, because you're just going to tuck it up underneath this bottom part like this. And you might want it, so be a little closer, be like that. Alright, and when I adhere this, you might want to take another piece of soft suede, measured at 3 1/4 by 5 1/2, so that you can just adhere it to the inside of the card so that it doesn't look like this on the inside. It'll kind of cover it and make it look fairly solid, like that. Okay, right now I'm going to work on the flip-flops. So I already did these two and one of the pistachio pudding flip-flops so that I can show you just this one and it won't take as long. Okay. Now, as far as the ribbon, I used I used taffeta ribbon. I think it's 1/8 of an inch taffeta ribbon. This is Very Vanilla, this is Bermuda Bay, and this is Daffodil Delight. Oh, and one thing to tell you guys is, if I can find it. Alright, with your flip-flop, you're going to want to do one cut from the front of the pattern you want to use, and then take it back over to another piece, adhere it to the back of that pattern, so that you'll get the left and right flip-flop. Because if you just cut two with it on this side, you're going to have two left shoes, and you don't want that. Or maybe you do. Maybe you have 2 left feet. I personally have 2 left feet, so I probably should do 2 left shoes, but I didn't. Alright, so you're going to take a little piece of sticky strip and put it on the back. And oh, another thing that I did was I just used my crop-a-dile. I used the small hole, that one, and I punched 3 holes, one towards the top and one on either side of the flip-flop. Alright, so you're going to take your ribbon, again this is Daffodil Delight, and you're going to pull it through one just a little bit. You don't need a whole giant tab of it. And I'm also using some candy dots and candy dot brad bases. So this is the brad base. I'm using the Neutrals collection. I'm going to take it and sort of open it just a little bit, not very much, and I'm going to slide it through the ribbon and then poke it through that top hole. And I'm just taking another piece of sticky strip and I'm just going to adhere that to the back of my shoe like that. Okay. And before I put it on, I'm using a very vanilla candy dot for this one. So that's how that'll look. Alright, then what you're going to do is using your, I almost fell out of my chair, that was fun. Using your 1 3/4 inch scallop circle punch, you're going to punch out 3 pieces of soft suede, and you're going to put some dimensionals on the back of them. Then you're just going to adhere your flip-flops however way you want to your scallop circle punched pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and put some permanent adhesive on the back of these and adhere them down. Those are down, and now I'm just going to adhere all my flip-flops. I'm going to take a white button from the Designer Neutrals collection, and I can't recall if these are retired or not, but there are plenty of buttons out there for you to choose from. Alright, I put it on 2 glue dots, and before I did that I tied some twine around it into a nice little bow. I'm going to run some adhesive across the top of this scallop piece. Alright, then I'm going to take that extra piece of soft suede and I'm just going to run some adhesive all across it, all over it. Put it on a little away from that score line. You can always cut any extra off this edge. And that's it. Pretty cute, right? And again, I really want to thank Miss Laurie Schmidlin, or Schmidlin, Just Give Me Stamps. That's her blog. Again, go visit her and see what she did. This project she did was actually from 2009. And I hope she doesn't mind that I cased her. I always think that people case any of my projects. It's sort of an homage to what I've done, and I appreciate it, so I hope that she feels the same way. And hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, happy stamping!